the word fault. Okay, so if you're using Journey's book, it's lesson 9 vocabulary. I can't remember exactly the page. Okay, fault. So, Mid-Egg, can you read the sentence for the word fault, please?
Fault. A misunderstanding between friends is often no one's fault or responsibility.
A misunderstanding between friends is often no one's fault or responsibility. Hen, do you see a synonym for the word fault in this sentence?
Responsibility.
Responsibility is our synonym. Okay, so we know when we're talking about fault, when someone is at fault, a mistake was his or her responsibility. So normally when we talk about the word fault, we're talking about a mistake that's happened. Okay, and whoever is at fault, he or she caused that mistake. Right? So let's think of how we can use this word in a sentence. So describe a time when a mistake was your fault. Does anyone have a story about a time when a mistake was his or her fault?
I put water in my brother's clothes.
So what happened to his clothes?
It got all wet in my...
So we can say, we'll say, it was Pizza's fault that his brother's clothes were wet, right? Right, Pizza, was it your fault?
Yes.
Yes, so it was Pizza's fault that his brother's clothes were wet. Okay. Does anyone else have a time when he or she was at fault for a mistake? No one? Really? Everyone here is perfect? And no one here makes mistakes? I don't think so. Bill?
I have a lot of faults at home because I do a lot of mistakes because it was my fault so that my baby brother fall down and hurt his head and cry. One time.
Why? What did you do?
What did I do? Maybe I didn't make him play a bit and he might play my iPad and he cried and then he bumped his head into the wall and he cried.
Because what were you supposed to be doing?
I was supposed to be watching him.
And were you watching?
I did watch him, but I think wasn't watching. His brain was baby brother. So his
right?
fault. Yeah, bumped his head.
Watching his brother, so it was his fault that he bumped his head. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you for your honesty, Ciro. Okay. So do we all know how to use the word fault in our sentence? Okay. It was someone's responsibility for a mistake. Okay. Let's move on to our next word. Borrow. Mitzi, can you read our borrow sentence?
If you borrow an item from someone, make sure to return it soon.
If you borrow an item from someone, make sure to return it soon. So, Lily, if you borrow something from someone, is it yours forever?
It is just theirs, but if I take it, then they will tell my mommy or daddy or their mommy or daddy, and then they will tell each other, and my mom will tell me, and then I have to give it back.
Right. So when we borrow something from someone, we have to give it back, right? It belongs to someone else. They're just lending it to us for a short period of time. Okay, so let's think. Have you ever borrowed anything from a friend before? Who's borrowed something from a friend? Tualam?
I borrow Hen's pencil.
Tualam borrowed Hen's pencil. Okay. No, I cannot hear. Maybe you type it into the chat. James, have you ever borrowed something from someone before?
I borrowed my brother's pencil.
You borrowed your brother's pencil. Okay. So James also borrowed a pencil from his brother. Okay. Thank you. Okay, I think this is a pretty easy word, right? So we all know what borrow means. If you borrow something, you must give it back. It does not belong to you. You're just borrowing it for a short time. And let's see, Lily. Oh, sorry, Meggie. Meggie borrowed Sky's pen. Thank you, Meggie. Okay, reference. Let's see. Myang? Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes. A reference book is a good source of information. It can explain things clearly.
Okay, good job. So a reference book is a good source of information. It can explain things clearly. So we know when we reference something, we use it for information. Okay, so a reference book is a book that we use to look up information. So when is a good time to use a reference book? P. When might we want to use a reference book?
When we want to find information.
P uses a reference book to find information. And what's another time we might want to use a reference book?
We use a reference book when we do some research or information.
Okay, and then what are we doing with this information? So you look up information in a reference book, and then what do you do with this information? Do you just keep it up in your head?
We write it out.
To write, what kind of essay might we want to use a reference book for?
Write a informational text.
Okay, so Tuatmeng uses a reference book to write an informational text. Good job. So when we write our informational paragraphs or informational essays, reference books are good sources to help us find information. So we want to make sure we're using correct facts. Okay. Fainted. Who can read the sentence about fainted for us? Kent, can you read for us, please?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
This person have not fainted. She just taking a short nap.
Thank you. This person has not fainted. She is just taking a short nap. Say, Feng Tao, can you take a guess about what fainted means? Do you see an antonym for the word fainted here? What is the girl doing?
She is just taking a short nap.
Okay, so a nap. When you take a nap, do you go to sleep on purpose or is it an accident?
It's an accident.
Really? So when we have a nap after lunch, do we do it on accident or do we mean to take a nap?
We mean to take a nap.
Right. So when we fainted, we don't mean to do it. So fainted, when someone has fainted, he or she has passed out. I mean, something up in your brain isn't working correctly and you fall asleep on accident or you lose consciousness. Okay. Has anyone seen a person faint before? Bill, have you seen a person faint before?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So when that person fainted, did they get, their pillow and their blanket and they're like, all right, cool, I'm going to take a nap now? No? What happened?
I think that they fell asleep.
Okay. Do you know why?
I mean, they are so tired that they fell asleep.
Mm,
And
Okay.
another one is someone had shot a medicine that made someone feel asleep.
Okay, so we'll talk about some reasons someone might fall asleep, or sorry, it's similar to falling asleep, but you do it like not on purpose. Okay, there's no way that you would be able to stay awake if you fainted. So we'll say reasons someone might faint. Reasons for fainting. I'll say maybe someone takes medicine that makes them pass out. Okay, or maybe someone hasn't slept in a long time. So how many days do you think someone would go without sleep before they faint or pass out?
Yes, Lisa, I wanted to tell you that I have once haven't fall asleep for a day, and I almost slept.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. So Bill says 2 days. If someone goes without sleep for 2 days, they might just pass out. Maybe. Jon Snow says infinity days. Okay. So I think a long time would be, I don't know, maybe like 5 days pass out. Okay. What are some other reasons someone might pass out?
When they bump their head onto a hard surface. Like me, I've been bumped on a surface. In 3rd grade, I bumped my head onto this and I fainted for some minutes.
Oh, really? Wow. So
Yeah.
faint, you should definitely go to the hospital, right? To make sure that you're okay, especially if you hit your head. So if you hit your head really hard, you definitely might faint. What is another reason, Mid A?
Spinning too much.
If you spin too much or too fast, right? You could pass out.
Cut something, like cut your leg.
Yep. If you lose too much blood, you will pass out or you will faint. Okay. Hen also says you are staying in the sun too long.
Miss
very
Lisa,
good. Yes, Pizza.
and you can, but staying too long, like not asleep, no, about 2 to 3 days, you might die.
No, I don't think so. You can not sleep for a long time, longer than 2 or 3 days.
But a man.
Wait, tell it to me in the chat, please. Dino, do you have another reason for fainting?
When they got shot,
Yeah.
so they see something that they can't believe it.
Getting shocked. Yep, getting shocked. Right? If you're very surprised. Okay, yes, Bill says if an object hits your head. Okay, and last one, I think if you have not eaten food in a long time, right? You're not eating enough food. Your body says, I need a break, and then it's going to pass out. So it's going to make you faint. Okay. All right, so let's move on to our next word. Genuine. Jon Snow, can you read our genuine sentence, please?
If you say something that is not genuine,
Sincere.
sincere, someone's feelings could be hurt.
Okay, thank you. So if you say something that is not genuine or sincere, someone's feelings could be hurt. Okay, Feng Dao, do you see a synonym for the word genuine in this sentence? What do you think? If you say something that is not genuine or sincere, someone's feelings could be hurt.
You are saying not good things about someone.
Okay, but look at the sentence. Do you see a word that is a synonym for the word genuine?
Sincere.
Yes, sincere. So genuine or sincere, when someone is being genuine, he or she is being honest or real. So synonyms for the word genuine are sincere, honest, or real. Okay, so let's think. Tell about a time that you weren't genuine.
Easy. Mình chào Dory. Dory. Patsky Rishi.
Ming Chao, are you there? Let's try Elsa.
What?
Okay, can you tell me about a time that you weren't genuine? The sentence is also on the screen. Tell about a time that you weren't genuine. Remember, genuine means honest or real.
I can't remember.
Okay, so answer me this then. Let's say I make a mistake and I hurt someone's feelings, okay? And then I go to apologize or say I'm sorry, and if I'm laughing and rolling my eyes while I'm apologizing, do you think that's genuine? Use that as our example. Let's say laughing and rolling your eyes while apologizing isn't genuine. Okay. How might we apologize in a genuine way? What might you do to apologize in a genuine way?
Stop laughing.
Would you be serious or would you be joking? Say, it's important to be serious when you're apologizing.
To someone else.
In what kind of way?
In a park.
In a genuine way, right?
Yes.
Okay, so we know that laughing and rolling your eyes is not a genuine apology, but being serious lets people know that you are apologizing in a genuine way. Okay, let's move on to our next word, local. Okay.
Visitors from another region may not understand local practices and customs.
Okay, good job. Visitors from another region may not understand local practices and customs. So when we're talking about local, when something is local, it comes from a nearby area. So if we are talking about Hanoi, visitors from outside of Hanoi might not understand things like local practices and customs that come from inside Hanoi. So let's think of what are some fruits and vegetables that are local to Vietnam?
Banana. Cherries. Ava.
Where do cherries grow in Vietnam?
Ava. I don't know. No. What?
Okay. Let's see.
Apple.
Apples. Okay, so do we get the big apples from Vietnam or the small apples? Big? Mm-hmm. I don't know, I think big apples come from China, but I think small apples come from Vietnam, right? Maggie says durian.
Oh, I think it's like a thanh long. I don't know what it's called in it.
It's like what? Like a plum?
No, it's thanh long.
Oh, dragon fruit.
Yes.
Yes, I know it. Dragon fruit grows in Vietnam. Okay. Say, Phong Tao, tell me another one.
Orange.
Oranges grow in Vietnam. Cam. Oranges. Okay. Mai Anh, tell me another one.
Lychee.
Lychee grows in Vietnam. So these are all fruits and vegetables that are local to Vietnam. Dino, do you have another one?
No.
No? Ling Chi, tell me another one. It's a type of fruit. Who has another one for us? Ciro, tell me. Can you think of one, Ciro?
Plum.
Plums? Yeah, I think we do grow plums in Vietnam. Okay, there's many fruits and vegetables that are local. So these are examples of local fruits and vegetables in Vietnam. Okay. Okay, now we have apologize.
If you do something wrong, it's best to apologize by saying you are sorry.
Okay, so thank you, B. Minnie, are you there? Okay, can you tell me the synonym for apologize in this sentence?
Sorry.
Sorry. Okay, when you apologize to someone, you say you're sorry. Okay, for a mistake that you made. Tutman, can you read our proof sentence, please?
Your parents might want proof that you really have done your homework.
Okay, so showing proof is showing that something is true. Okay, so another word for proof is like evidence. Okay, you give someone actual evidence. You say, look, here it is. Now you can see that I'm telling the truth. Here's the proof. Okay, so what kind of proof would you need to show that something wasn't your fault? So let's see if let's say your mom comes home and your baby brother is crying. And you say, oh, it's not my fault that he was crying. What kind of proof can you show that it was not your fault?
I tell her the beginning to the end of everything. What I did.
But I need to see, right? Proof is something that you can see that would show that it's not your fault.
Show her to the changes in everything in the where I was when she was gone.
Okay, so you can show changes. All right. Let's see, who else has an answer for us? How could we prove or show proof? Mid-A, do you have something for us?
I need to show that my face doesn't have any chocolates when somebody somebody eat the chocolate cake.
Okay. So if you didn't eat the chocolate face and you have no chocolate, and then if you look over, who would have the chocolate on their face?
The other people.
Okay, so if mom comes home, chocolate cake is missing, you can say, look, there's the proof that my brother ate the cake. The chocolate is all over his face. And then your mom can see with her eyes, right, that you didn't eat the cake, but your brother did. Okay, good job, A. All right, what about slimy? Who can read our slimy sentence? Who has not had a turn to read yet? Okay, who is iPhone?
Kent.
Kent, can you read our sentence, please? Have you had a turn to read?
No.
No, okay, read.
Oh, one time already.
The sentence yet.
These boys didn't mind that the soccer field had patches of slimy mud.
Okay, these boys didn't mind that the soccer field had patches of slimy mud. When something is slimy, it is thick and slippery. So in that sentence, what is the word slimy describing, Jon Snow? What's the noun that is slimy?
Now, slimy,
Slimy what in this sentence?
slimy, thick and slippery.
Nope, in this sentence here. Which word is slimy describing? Jon Snow?
Slimy mud.
Yep, the mud is slimy. Okay. So let's name some other things that are slimy. So who can tell me something that is slimy? Mitzi, tell me something. A slug is slimy. Good job.
Slime.
Slime is slimy. Good job. Slime. Okay. Sky, what's something else that's slimy?
A snail.
A snail leaves a slimy trail, right? We'll call it a snail trail. It's all the gunk that comes from a snail. Okay. So if we get cut off now, I want everyone to rejoin because I have live quizzes for us and we have one more word to go over. What else is slimy?
Mud.
Mud can be slimy, okay. And let's go quickly to our last word. If we get cut off, remember, please come back on. We'll do our quizzes. Insisted. Hen, can you read insisted to us, please?
This boy's mom demanded or insisted that he fix the mess he made.
Good job. This boy's mom demanded or insisted that he fixed the mess he made. So, James, what is the synonym for the word insisted in this sentence? You see it? Look at the sentence. Which word means the same as insisted here?
Demanded.
Demanded. Okay. When you insist or demand, you have said it firmly. So if I say, I insist that you do your homework, I'm not asking you to, I'm not giving you a choice. I really, really, really want you to do your homework, right? Okay. So let's see.